I've been getting some requests for some more tutorials, so I'm going to do one for Follow You to Virgie by Tyler Childers. This one's fairly simple. It's just variations on G, C, and D, and so I'll take you through it. Start off with G, and it's a lot of hammer-ons and pull-offs. So for our G here, we start off with our index off of that second fret, and then we hammer it on. And then I can repeat that. And do the same thing for C, well, C9. And then we do this thing here. All on that second fret. So we start off open on the D string. And we hammer it onto 2. And then we play that G string. And then hammer on 2 for the G string. And pull off as well. And then play the D string again and hammer on and pull off again. So it's like that. So altogether that little bit is... And so that second part after that little, there's the same thing for the G. And then the C is kind of play around with that index finger. You can kind of do what you want, but I think that's what he does. It starts off, hammer on, and then pulls it off eventually. So that's the same thing for the verses, G and C. We'll get to the D at the end here. But you start off with your index finger off. You're going to hammer on to that second fret after. So the verses kind of start like this. You hammer on there. And do the same thing for C. Now he does different variations throughout the song because he played this exact same kind of format for the chorus again until that D. So yeah, start off for most of the time. Again, you can kind of change it up. He changes it up throughout the song, so you can do what you want, kind of add your own flair to it. But as long as you're doing those hammer-ons and pull-offs, that's very Tyler Childers. Is that, you know, he does that in a lot of songs. As long as you're doing that at some point, then you're good. So the verse should sound like this.
Back before these callous hands and all this work, we used to sit up at the flats, acting like we live forever, getting high and skipping class. Yeah, I reckon we were heathens, but in her eyes we were saints. Now you're calling all the boys home. Heaven's angels carried her away.
So kind of like that. And then again, the chorus is the same thing.
So I will follow you to Virgie, although it hurts me so. Lay to rest this mountain of beauty, and the Lord's called home, and I can see her up in glory. Can see her through the pines.
Now this part, see her through the pines, we start with the second fret on our G string and third fret for the B string. So we don't need to play around the E string at all, just to make it easier for you. And then we go down to, we can keep our finger on the G string on the second fret where it is, and then you're going to go to the first fret on the B string. So it's like this.
See her through the pines.
Right, go down there, and then we take that ring finger, or whatever's more comfortable for you. It doesn't really matter. Some people say you have to use certain fingers, but whatever is more comfortable for you. And then you're going to slide out from the second fret to the third fret on that E string. So it's like this.
See her through the pines.
And then we go into the interlude again in between the chorus and the verse, and it's very similar to the intro, but with a slight difference where you're doing the little riff. So instead of, you're doing it on the G chord. So it starts off like this. So instead of on the D string and G string, you're now doing it on the A string and D string. But otherwise, it's the exact same. Second fret. And then kind of hammer on, pull off that index finger, and then you do it again. Except with no riff there. And then you're back to the verse, exact same as the first one. Then you got a chorus, again exact same as the first chorus, and then you got the last chorus, which is single strums for the first half. So,
and I will follow you to Virgie, 'cause that's what us boys are for, to help you out when you get weary. You can't go no more.
And then you go to normal strums.
Can't you see her out there, Cody? Can see her through the pines, saying, boys, be good.
So the outro is the same thing as the interlude, except you were doing the riff back on the C chord, and it's the second time instead of the first time. And the second time is also slowed down when you're doing the riff, and it also is missing a different part. It's a little bit different, but so I'll show you. So the first time through. And on the G. So yeah, that riff is a little bit different. Instead of doing, you do. You listen to it, you'll hear that slight difference. It's just ever so different than the other riffs that you do before. But that's the end of the song. Now, the most important part of this song is when you're about to play it, you need to start off saying, "This is a follow you to Virgie." Otherwise, you're just not playing the song right. So.